Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video session, we are going to discuss about the SQL foreign key constraint. So let's get started. So first of all, we need to know what is a foreign key. So a foreign key is a key used to link two tables together. So what it means? Actually, the foreign key is the link between two tables, and it is right because a foreign key is also known as a secondary key or a referencing key, as we can see here. So why it is called like that? Because it references a primary key of another table, or we can say that the foreign key will actually references a table that which is considered to be as a parent for that table, and the referencing table becomes a secondary table. That's why it is known as a secondary key or a referencing key. So that is the actual meaning of the foreign key. So that's why it is known as a relation material between two tables. I think you got it. And the relationship between two tables matches the primary key in one of the tables with the foreign key in the second table. That's what I have told before. It is a relationship which makes foreign key actually makes the relationship between two tables using the primary key of the parent table or the another table. That is why it is written like this. And the final point is described here is a foreign key is a column or a combination of columns whose values match a primary key in different table. It means that we know that a primary key is a unique follows a unique constraint as well as not null constraint. So that a primary key once defined in a table, it should be a unique one. We cannot insert a value that has already been inserted in that particular column in a table. Whereas in the case of foreign key, it's not like that. It's a little bit different when compared to for primary key. Where when a foreign key which refers a primary key, a foreign key contains duplicate values of a particular primary key. That's why it is known as also known as a combination of columns. That is, we will see it in the case of implementation. And let's start with the implementation purpose of this in Oracle database. So first of all, we need to log into our database using username and password. I have already logged in. So basically, the first thing we need to know is how this foreign key basically works. So from the above ideas I have described earlier, we will have a little bit idea how this foreign key works. So in case of implementation, we need to think as that of case of tables, right? So when considering tables, I have told that a foreign key is a key which references a primary key of the one of the different tables. So from that itself, we can understand that a foreign key cannot be implemented within a single table. So it needs a reference table or a parent table which contains one of the primary key, any column, any primary key based column in that particular table. So now what we need to do is first create a table that consists of a primary key or we can name that table as a parent table. So I am creating the table with the name. I am creating a table with the name customers. Customers consist of a name which is of type varchar of size 30, and the another attribute named as id which is integer, and last one as age. This is what I am going to create now. This is a simple table, but for a secondary table to access this table customer, we need to make one of these attribute as primary key. So I am here making id as a primary key, and I have already discussed about how to implement primary key using create table as well as alter table in the above video, and the link for that video is given here. You can visit my channel and make clarification about primary key. So now I have made id as a primary key attribute. Oh sorry, the name is already existing in my database, so I am dropping that table, drop table customers, and again I'm trying to create, it will be created. Yes, a table has been created. So next thing we need to do is just describe. We need to check whether it has properly created, and the id has been changed to not null, and it's also a unique attribute. And next we need to create the table which reference this id of the customer. So create table, let the table name be orders, uh, orders of attributes name, order name, and name of same type varchar of size 30, and another order id, let it be order id of data type integer. And then the okay, this much is enough for the time being. This much is enough. And now I need to make this order id as a foreign key which references this id of table customer. So here it is this is how we can reference the primary key of another table. So order id int references table name, and table name of which attribute, that is what we need to describe here, id, and just close it. So if we are doing this syntax, it's showing that name is again the name is already existing. So what we should do, we should drop the table orders also, and just create again, and table has been dropped now. And again when I try to create this table orders, where the order id has made foreign key which references the id of the customer table. So what is happening? Yes, the table has been created. On describing, you can see the attributes defined in that particular table. Yes, name and order id. So in order to understand this reference or foreign key, we just try to insert values into these both tables. So I am first try to insert the values into customers table. So customers table having the attribute name. Name is a varchar type, so I am giving ABC. And next is integer type, which is a id, which is a primary key. So I am giving it as 1. And next one is a age. Let it be 23, something like that. And now I have created the values. How it is showing insert into customers value missing select keyword. What is showing? It is insert into customers. Sorry, I have mistake in one syntax. I have just given values. We need to give it as values. Yes, now it has been created. So we can see the data inside the table using select statement. Select star from customers, so that we can see the data inside the table. Yes, this is the data inside the customers table right now. So I need to insert the values into the orders table. So insert into orders values again. It is having name which is of type varchar. Let it be food, something like that. Yes, food. And the id, here comes the role of foreign key or how it works. If I try to insert 2 as a order id, it should not work. Yes, it is showing that integrity constraint violated, parent key not found. What did it means? The actual meaning of that is the primary key in the customers table is having a value 1 for this time being. So we cannot add the value which is not have been inserted till now in that id itself. So if I try to insert any other values other than 1 right now, it will show this error, violated, constraint violated. So if I try to insert 1, the row will be created. I hope you understand this, because the primary key values should be inserted at that time, otherwise it will show the integrity constraint violation. And another thing I want to discuss with you is that the foreign key contains duplicate values as well, whereas the primary key will not contain any duplicate values, whereas it will contain only unique values. I will show you how it works because I try to insert into the values command once again using this value itself, whereas I am giving it as bakes, sorry, cakes, anything. I'm giving it as cakes, and with the same order ID what I have described here. So when I try to insert it has been inserted. See, that is what I am told. When I try to display what are the contents of this table, we can see we are having the order ID which is same for both the food and cakes. Whereas in primary key we cannot do such things because it contains only unique values for a table which has made primary key. So this is one of the major difference between primary key and foreign key in SQL. So this is how the foreign key works. And now we have discussed how we can make a foreign key during for a particular table during the creation of table. So what if we have forgotten to create a reference for a particular attribute during the table creation? So in that situation, we will use the alter table statement or syntax, where it is like this. We can see how it works. Alter table, table name. I need to first of all here I have not created any table which is not foreign key. So I need to create one table which is not having any type of primary or foreign key. So I am creating another table. Let the name be okay person. For the time being we can create any name. There is no need of logics. So I am creating the table with the person name which is of data type varchar of 30, and I am making PID which is a person ID, and which is of type integer. So let's create a simple table without any primary or foreign keys. Now the table has been the table has been already existing in my database, so I need to again drop the table person, and now we need to create that table has been created. So now I try to make the PID as a primary key using alter table statement, because I have not made that PID as a reference for the customer ID during the table creation. So I will now use the alter table statement in order to make that PID as a foreign key which references the ID of customer table. So alter table, table name here is person add foreign key. This is how it works. You might wrote down the syntax for the sake of easiness. So I have tried to make this as a foreign key of PID, because I need to make this PID of this table as a foreign key which references ID of customers table. So I make references customers of ID which is I have given in that table. So I have made that customers ID make reference to this PID. So just give a semicolon and just run it. Table has been altered. And on selecting star from, no, I need to add one value in order to show you how whether this person also referring the same ID itself. So I need to insert the value into person values, where I am giving name as DEF, and if I try to give any other value other than 1, it should show violation constraint. Yes, it is showing. So it now follows PID is referencing or referring the ID of customers table. So if I try to add the value to 1, it should be inserted. Yes. So try to display using select command. We can see that select statement. Oh, sorry, I there's a double semicolon. Yes, we can see the VID as value 1 and the customer ID is also having value 1. So this is how it makes the relationship between two tables. Now I have created a for person table and orders table. These two tables are referring the customer ID as a foreign key. This is how the actual foreign key works in the database. So I hope you understand the concept of foreign key and primary key. So if you have any clarification, please comment in the comment box. And if you like this video, please press the like button below. And please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button in order to get the latest updates about my channel. So have a nice day guys. Thank you.